guest, Ambassador Francis Rooney, represented Florida's 19th Congressional District in the U.S. House from 2017 to 2021. He was also the United States Ambassador to the Holy See from 2005 to 2008 under George W. Bush. He joins me now. Mr. Ambassador, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
I bring you in because foreign policy should be a big point of conversation during tonight's maybe the only debate we're going to see between Kamala Harris, the installed candidate for the Democrats, and Donald Trump. Foreign policy, not a strong suit for Joe Biden. I mean, apparently, according to brand new reporting, Joe Biden ignored all the advice and ran out of Afghanistan in a disastrous exit, left Americans dead, military equipment behind, the Taliban still in charge, and Kamala Harris says she was the last one in the room to approve that deal. What do you think foreign policy looks like under a Kamala Harris presidency?
I don't think she has any idea about what to do with the things that are going on around the world, nor has President Biden, for the good reasons that you stated. And I would expect her to be more difficult with Israel, more pro-Palestine. She's already said that. Of course, the liberal media protects her from her comments. I would expect Iran to be empowered to continue their activities with Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis because they're going to feel that nobody's going to stop them. And I think China may be empowered, and I hope it's not empowered too much to go do something really serious like hit Taiwan.
I just saw a remarkable story from the Washington Examiner across my social media today that Alyssa Slotkin, the Democrat running for Senate in Michigan, the Democrat nominee to be the senator from Michigan, actually had their social media platforms programmed so that pro-Hamas messages would go to Democrats that would agree with that, but it basically blocked out Jewish voters. Anybody that was pro-Jewish, they used the algorithms to block out those messages going. Can you imagine a day and age where you basically block one group of your voters not to see what you actually believe? I mean, I guess this would extend all the way to the top of the ticket, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was just reading an article in the Wall Street Journal about Kamala Harris's protection from her comments, if you will, by the liberal media. I'm going to do a post this morning. I kind of starting to feel like I'm in a totalitarian state where all the media is propaganda and not journalism. They're protecting her from everything she says or thinks.
Well, and that's totally true. I mean, let's be honest. I just played a clip from Jamie Raskin where he flat out refused in November of 23 to endorse Kamala Harris just to be Joe Biden's running mate. And he, like Nancy Pelosi and all the rest, they would not say she's the best person. In fact, they openly wanted her off the ticket because she thought she was a drag on Joe Biden's ticket. And suddenly, she is the second coming, the great savior of America. Give me a break, Ambassador.
Yeah, there was some word salad in one of the media websites last night. I mean, just she can't make a sentence.
No.
We have a president and vice president that can't sentence.
So here's the challenge, as I see it. The challenge is simply this. For tonight, for her, can she fill 2 minutes coherently a dozen times? Because in the course of an hour and a half, she'll have to talk for 2 minutes straight for 12 or 15 times about policy and ideas and the future of this country. I don't think she's capable of doing that. I might be proven wrong. Maybe they've prepped her so well, she actually got a brain. I don't know, but I doubt it.
I think if President Trump will stay off of personal stuff and focus on policy, all of her comments and her positions and her votes, he'll kill her off.
I agree with that. I don't think she can stand up on policy. And right now, you've got the New York Times Siena poll showing Donald Trump ahead by a point. If that is true, let's say it, because a lot of people consider that to be the gold standard poll or one of the top 2 or 3 polls anyway. If it's true that Donald Trump's leading in this country by a point, he'll win the Electoral College with 320 or more electoral votes. I mean, he'll run away with it. It won't even be close.
Yeah, the Democrats like to point these polls to show her ahead, but I think she's ahead in states they're going to win anyway. It all comes down to these a few key states we've been talking about, and I think President Trump's doing pretty well in them.
I think he's doing well. Right now, I believe he wins Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. If he does that, that's the ball game.
Yeah.
He doesn't. That's all he has to win. And North Carolina's not really a swing state. It's gone from For Trump twice. It'll go 3 times. I'll just go on the record. It'll go for the 3rd time. Georgia was a fluke. I truly believe that. I don't believe that Georgia's really a swing state. I believe it was a fluke or something more nefarious. And Pennsylvania has been consistently trending in Trump's favor. And here's the thing. Even showing her with a 1.2% lead in the polls, it's not enough. Donald Trump always outperforms the polls, doesn't he, sir?
He has. And you know, I think there's a lot of people who don't want to speak up because there's been such liberal media attacks on Trump, and he has said some pretty stupid stuff. There's no doubt about it. But his policies and his actions are what we have to defend here, and that's what's been important. He had a great run in terms of foreign policy and in terms of the tax cuts and everything when he was president. And we need more of that and not another whole round of socialism.
No, we don't need socialism. And, you know, Donald Trump, what he has said has oftentimes been run through a meat grinder and turned into something he never said. I mean, his words get turned around and used against him in ways that are unspeakable and unconscionable, while the mainstream media, the corporate media, is perfectly fine with Kamala Harris not answering a single damn question. I mean, the CNN interview was an embarrassment to journalism. I mean, they talked to her for 45 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. That's my point. I just wonder if America's smart enough to get past it. And there really is an actual honest question about how many illegals will be voting this year. I mean, we keep hearing stories about illegals being caught voting. You know, the motor voter laws made it real easy in places like California, for example. You don't need ID. You can do it online. Here's my driver's license. Here's my voter ID. Nobody's going back and
I think
checking
in
all
California and
that.
Pennsylvania, they send everybody ballots. They just send them to them.
Yeah.
But again, I think there are a lot of people who, because of the media stuff, are quiet about who they're going to vote for that really realize that we need President Trump back in there.
Yeah.
So I'm certainly hoping America still has enough backbone to do that.
Right. Now, after June 27th, the media was incapable of hiding Joe Biden's incompetence any further. By the way, he should not be in the Oval Office at all at this point. If he's not capable of running for president, he's not capable of running the country. My take on it. What do you expect tonight? What do you honestly expect?
Well, I'm hoping that Trump will stay focused on the things that she said and the things that she's voted for, and just keep pounding her that you can't change your stripes. The leopard can't change his stripes. You are a radical liberal person who has a record that doesn't really believe in the free enterprise system, and expose her for that.
I'm not sure she believes in anything, Mr. Ambassador, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I heard Bernie Sanders say yesterday she's flip-flopping on all her positions because she's basically saying whatever it takes to win an election. That's what Bernie Sanders said. Yeah, we just played the clip. It's remarkable.
She reminds me a lot of waiters that I've seen that walk right by you and smile, but don't come find out what you want. You know, she smiles all the time.
Yeah. A waiter that doesn't stop and say, hey, do you need a coffee? Need more water? Right. Yeah, I like that. That's a good analogy right there. The smiling waiter that never stops in to actually find out what you need or what's going on. We'll watch, Mr. Ambassador. Great seeing you again. You should come back more often.
Great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks. Greatly appreciated. There you have it. So all the marbles tonight at the debate in Philly. In Michigan, swing state, could be critical, not just to how the state goes for the president, but a big Senate race and more. Pete Hoekstra straight ahead to talk about that here on the Steve Gruber Show.